Hello and welcome back to another Last Claudia video. My name is DK and today we're going to be going over the second Last Claudia popularity poll winner. We do have Lilaha. We did just see a live stream of her and they just released a video, so I really didn't want to do one of these with that live stream. It was so janky. I had to keep, when we did the live stream, I had to keep moving my face from the left to the bottom to the moon and back. I was getting on my nerves. Instead of it being dead center. So I was decided to wait for the video to come out. So sorry this took so long. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, Lilaha is going to be a non-attribute DPS. It is what I anticipated her to be, but I honestly kind of was hoping that she'd be fire. But non-attributes are a rare bunch, so really nice to see that. Absolutely amazing art, by the way. S1 at 9 hits, S2 at 12 hits, and S3 at 21 hits. S4 is actually really nice. I really like this thing. I like this part. Yeah, that's clean. What a cool looking unit, honestly. Definitely winning the popularity with the looks. Great artwork as usual. The huge sword is wild as hell. A younger version of her, really. I mean, I'm used to seeing Lilaha as this adult, and now we have this child, which is very interesting take here. Let's see here. Let's go back to the actual skills. Now, there's one thing that I kind of these skills they look a little slow. For 9 hits, man, that is. This one specifically, so like one issue I have when that's really cool how far okay, so on enemy wave this could be an issue, not really that big of a deal, honestly. This thing's been dead. It ain't even alive anymore. It should be disintegrated in the air. And really boss wave, it's gonna work best because you're not throwing them in the air. But just hypothetically speaking, if it's a boss that likes to get flinched in the air like this, you'll have to wait for this thing to come back down to actually attack again, because you don't want to miss any hits. And that's happened to me in the past, but it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, boss wave, it's not going to be a problem at all. I like how she doesn't go in the air. She launches the enemy. She stays on the ground. At least from what I've seen, right? Yeah, so she's on the ground she's on the ground the whole time. At 21 hits, it's really nice too. And the S4, what is this thing at? I think it was like 40... The 50 or 49.50? Oh, it's clean. 45. Okay. Okay, so 45 hits is not bad. Again, guys, it's a non-attribute DPS, and these are somewhat rare. So the most recent non-attribute was a collab unit. So unfortunately, a lot of people weren't able to get him. Was Diaz. The one before that would be Leodor. He's okay. He's more in the PvP area right now, and no one really uses him in the PvE. I mean, some still do, but he's not like a top tier DPS in that area. And neither really is Diaz. Diaz is a very strong, probably top 5 DPS, maybe a little bit. I don't know. It just depends on who has him plus 30 or whatever. But yeah, definitely up there. My Diaz personally really can't compete in PvP because it's such a low SC Diaz. But those who have invested in him is very good. So non-attribute is pretty good for PvP if anybody's curious about that. Because like I said, you will see Leodors and you will see Diaz's in there. Without spilling too many secrets, you know. So Goddess of Mercy Lilaha traits, we do have Scarlet Perception. Special damage is plus 50% and damage cap is 100k. Now, it is very interesting to throw special damage right in your face like that. It seems like they wanted her to be more of a special unit, but it does get better, you know, when reading this, because she does have some really interesting stuff in her kit. So when equipped with only one weapon, non-attribute damage is plus 30%. When using an attack skill, use 50 MP for damage cap 50%. Now, we're used to seeing some kind of percentage when it comes to MP absorption. So we have Sharp Eyes, we have the newest thing with Belzar, which uses MP to create hits. And then, like I said, Sharp Eyes, Magnus Sharp Eyes, all absorbed MP for damage percentage. Not once have we gotten MP for damage cap. So this is very unique. I absolutely love this, and I hope to see this in more units for the future, because that Battlegraph simulator is getting spicy, guys. I can't do any more damage. I mean, I can, but just the damage output isn't really there right now. to get to the full 300 yet. And I've seen some people kind of stuck in the 280s right now. But maybe this year we'll start getting some crazy units. Maybe a Shelter 2.0, that'd be nice. But she is going to be a pretty good DPS. I don't know about top tier damage. But like I said, non-attributes are very good, especially for clearing story, because they could just do whatever they want. You don't have to worry about resistances or anything like that, because they just nuke everything. With that said, her skills do look more single targeted. For single targeted enemies, you know, there probably is a small spread in between all her skills, but it's going to be very minimal. Nothing like, you know, filling up the screen with just pure damage and numbers. It's more of like for, you know, 1 or 2 enemies on screen, or depending if they're bunched up. So damage cap is going to be pretty cool, especially with the 50 MP. You will have to be making sure Goddess Kiss is working correctly. You're definitely going to want to make sure that's proccing so you can refill it, because she will be just absorbing MP left and right with that damage cap, because unfortunately it isn't just for S3, it's for S3, 2, and 1. So anytime you press a skill, your MP is going to disappear. So this will teach you really, actually it will teach you how to use Goddess Kiss pretty well, because it's going to be very dependent on it. Vessel of the Goddess is battle start and regularly. Such a weird word to put in there. Give unit the most numerous enemy type for 20 seconds. So basically she gets a Slayer, physical attack and special anti-type effect against enemies with the same type as the unit. When a boss special that targets the unit or all allies ends, restore unit special gauge plus 50%. I feel like this is going to be more for boss wave. It's going to work really well. She does come with an anti-type boost, so it's going to help you with an anti-type percentage. Really nice. I do like whenever the boss specials you, you fill up that gauge a little bit more. That means you can launch a special right again. And with that, her special look like from the video it looks like a pretty beefy special. Honestly, it's pretty nice. If unit is incapacitated though during the enemy special, you will not restore any special gauge. So make sure that she is alive. Going on to her actual skills. Now we did just see them. Skill 1 is a small area long range combo attack around target. I see how it says specifically target. Like I said, I feel like she's more going to be built for single target. Frontal medium area combo attack, and then instantly close the gap for a medium area combo attack that launches enemies into the air. Now this one you probably can collect a couple depending how spread apart they are. We'll see. Oh, the testing will tell us everything. But most of the time the testing they give us is just one enemy, unfortunately. For a special, it is a single target for one enemy, Apocalypse, so powerful combo attack. And we did see that, so 45 hits on that one, really nice. So far 100k cap on that special, very nice. So battle start, we have no charisma or anima with this unit. I don't think Diaz did either. No, I don't think he did. Excuse me. Battle start, we change 50% of int to STR. Now why we do that? We're doing that because she does increase her damage cap for every 1000 STR. With this one here. So we're very cool that they're allowing, even though int is not gonna help you really in any way with a deep, like, okay, so most units do get int, but it really doesn't help out a physical DPS when it has more STR. This is really cool because int is not going to be completely useless, basically. So if you build, it's actually kind of cool. So if you build int with her, that int turns into STR, which is really cool. The more STR I have, the more cap you're going to get. So just look at it like that. Usually building, very similar to Adele, he caps on FCR. But like, yeah, it's a fun gimmick. It is kind of like the way Ray had as much HP you put on him, the bigger his cap. I really like this, basically. It's super cool, super fun, unique. I do like when they do this. It kind of, everybody's cap's going to be different. No one's going to be the same. Of course, newer players are going to struggle probably a little bit more trying to get all that STR. But in time with Arks and skills taught, you'll be fine. But I mean, veteran players, if they do pull her, they're going to have a lot of fun building that, trying to get the highest STR for this unit. It's really cool. So we have the next skill here is allow equipping of all weapons. Very nice. Very few units have this. When you equip one weapon, STR 100%, no ifs, ands, or buts. Very nice, no condition there. All you have to do is equip a weapon. One thing I am curious is the dual wield side of her. Now, a lot of this stuff is going to be single wield. I told you here we equipped only one weapon. She has two-handed sword, favorite sword 2. So it's just a fun gimmick, probably test to see how it is because of the extra 50k cap. And then the SCR2. I kind of want to test it. It seems fun. So when physically attacking, chance to insta kill. Very nice. This is actually in niche situations. Like you could use it on like the maze. There's some areas where you need insta kill. Should perform really well in there. Now we have the third skill here. When equipped with only one weapon, skill 3 damage is 30k. No conditions there. Very nice. Battle start, however, restore 1 SCT stock to skill, bottom left. So what that means is you are instantly going to get 1 SCT stock to her skill 3. I believe she starts off with 2 stocks. The first time though the skill 3 is used each wave, you will get a whopping 100% and 50k cap. Now this was where I can kind of see potentially a PvP Lilaha, because that is a lot of damage, and her S3 seems to be the biggest. That means she would probably instantly launch the S3. If it is strong enough, it could kill the primary tank, therefore making every other unit, depending on what the sets are. So if it's all tanks, and yeah, you're kind of screwed. But I mean, if you're using like one major tank to draw the attention away from enemies, from your primary DPSs, and she takes out your tank in one shot, that puts all of your attackers in harm's way. So like I said, I can kind of see a PvP. I'm sure we're going to probably see her in a lot of testing to see how good she is, but that will come at a later time. Really cool though, really cool and unique. We have sizably cut feint time. Okay, that's okay. Probably more of a PvP thing. In rare occasions do you get feinted in PvE, and I could do, yeah, rare occasions. I rarely get feinted. And then we have cut HP minus 30, but when taking lethal damage, use 4% of your MP to survive with 1 HP. Take damage as normal if MP is insufficient. You can either, it looks like you might be able to just take this off if you don't want to use it. If you want to use it and rely on it for survivability, you definitely can. So yeah, really cool. Good survivability. Non-attribute attack raise 4, very, very nice. 30% and non-attribute 10k. Honestly, for attack raise 4, they need to raise that percentage up. That should be like 50% and 10k cap. Come on, man. I feel like no matter how high it goes on those attack raises, it's always 30%. Can we get 50, please? Like, yeah, like, come on, man. There's not much to ask for, man. The next thing we have is MP at max, which is very nice because she is going to be absorbing so much MP. Since her MP cut for damage cap is not based on one skill, it's based on all. You'll run out of MP, dude. So having the most MP is going to be a big factor for her. Fighting spirit, more stats, armor, HP up plus. Okay, HP, heroism 4, more stats, pride 2. Oh, cool. I do like pride 2, more STR at full HP. You can stack it with pride 1, more STR. Pose of honor, nice. Illusion. Illusion is interesting. They really trying to make her into a PvP unit? Like, honestly. Anti-type boost, very nice for her trait 2. And she gets her Slayer after, was it 20 seconds of a Slayer? Piercing, Shockwave, these are, piercing is more of a PvP, PvE. Shockwave is more, I don't really think we have a lot of guards. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I've never had an issue. I mean, I think maybe Maze might have some stuff. It's still nice to have on Shockwave, but I kind of feel like I see some PvP stuff in here. Bless speed, Archangel's Blessing, very nice. We can recover some MP there. Goddess Kiss is a huge win. Goddess Kiss is very costly. I'm glad they threw it in her kit because she does really need it. Auto EX Brave, so nice. Huge STR right there, and it's continuous. Very nice. Auto Ultra Advanced Circle, more MP. We recover MP at a faster rate with this one. Auto Haste, we love it, but we hate it. Favorite sword, damage cap 15k, damage percentage. Favorite sword 2, I believe that one's 30k, so that's really good. Giant Killing 3, more damage percentage to bosses and damage cap. Sword mega boost, two-handed sword boost, no two-handed sword. Okay, so that's where it's gonna get costly. Two-handed sword and then the other boosts if you have them. Non-attribute attack raise 3. Okay, no attack raise 2. That one's kind of expensive, but not too bad. Special boost 2, 5. We can, if you guys want to do the special route, you can definitely do the other special boosts if you have them. Awaken 2 for survivability. It also stacks with Awaken 1. Close mega boost and giant shield. So it looks like we have damage reduction on those last 3 skills. Well, not damage reduction, survivability, damage reduction against bosses. That giant shield is becoming one of my favorite things on a free kit because that is 14 SC if you do not have that. I mean, if you're wanting to pay for it. So anything that has giant shield, I love it. That is an expensive ass skill for protection, and sometimes you need it. So I really do like that. Going on to her E6, I do have some issues with her E6. I do. We do have closed mastery, so defense and M&D 30%, which is very, very nice. Damage taken, all damage, you guys. So counter, special, physical, and magical minus 10%. Giant killing 2, skill and special damage to bosses plus 30%, and damage cap 5k. Sword mastery 2, equipped with physical, sword equipped physical attack damage is plus 20, and damage cap is 7,500. And that's if you're dual wielding. When only one wield or one sword or one weapon. Oh, actually no, it says one weapon is one sword. Oh, it's sword mastery, duh. 15k cap it said. Okay. Anti-type boost 2. Anti-type is 20% and 6k. Damage up. Not attribute damage up. 15% damage. Okay. Nullification shields. I don't really care for these. That's why I'm kind of confused. Is she gonna be a good PvP character? I mean, really, it's a small little window here for testing, but I mean, man, she could be. They have a lot of just the illusion speaks a lot. We have a little bit of damage reduction, not a lot though, but she looks like she's like that one that's gonna, she only needs that one good hit and she'll take you out kind of situation. But you just have a chance to nullify physical damage taken and a chance to nullify magic damage taken. So, okay. Very nice. If they were just going to make her PvE, they should just ignore that and put in more damage cap. I feel like when they have a non-attribute user, they like to like strip them of damage cap. Even Diaz didn't have the highest damage cap. Leodor didn't really either. And again, they're trying to raise the bar with non-attribute, but it's not as high as the other DPS we've had for anniversary. So with that said, but like I said, non-attribute is a much rarer group. We probably have 1 to 2 a year. Maybe, I mean, sometimes I think 1 year we only had 1. So with that said, that's probably why they like kind of keep the damage cap a little below because of how good they are for PvE. The next thing we have is a SSR, very similar to last year's setup. Megius had SSR as well, and it was a general SSR. So one thing for newer players, if you don't know this, when SSR arcs come out like this, they are automatically thrown into the general pool. So if you have your tickets, you could definitely get lucky on this. Remember, and I'm speaking this for all new beginner players, do not chase these arcs. They are not worth in any way, shape, or form. You will eventually get them. Do not chase an arc. Do not chase URs as well. You will ruin your account of gems for future stuff. Arcs are very important, don't get me wrong, but I feel like when it comes to chasing URs, it's just a no-no. And then chasing SSRs, a big no-no as well. Now LRs are a different thing, and of course I will always be honest with you when it comes to an LR. But for this one specifically, do not chase. It will be in the general pool immediately. You will probably get lucky on tickets eventually. This arc is not even that crazy. We'll go ahead and talk about it now. Arc trait when using an attack skill. Use 10% of max HP to boost damage 35%. More. They just love taking our HP away, don't they? There's a bunch of skills out there that take away your HP. Not the worst arc trait, honestly. I'm sure someone would have fun with this, especially if there are some. There's, I don't know, man. There's skills out there that have this already. Boost physical attack damage cap 4k. Wait, what? When using an attack skill, 10% of max HP to boost a period. Boost physical attack damage cap 1,000, max 4,000. Oh, there it is. Based on the number of God type allies at battle start. Okay, those parentheses threw me off there. All right, so the more God type allies you have at battle start, the more, nah, that's not worth it. When unit is incapacitated, give all enemies an STR minus 20 DP. No, this arc ain't it, guys. Nope, I would never use this arc out. Nope, I wouldn't. Pass. Knight Saber though, physical and special damage is plus 10%, damage cap plus 1,000 to knight types. Ooh, very, 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 very niche. If it's a cheap skill though, that 10% to knight is nice because Melza. It does exist in PvP. So does Gilbert. So that's 10%. If that thing's like 2 SC, I'm taking it. I doubt it's gonna be maybe 2 3. I would take it potentially. Skill 2 breakthrough is nice. Skill 2 breakthrough 2. So we get 4k cap on skill 2. So if you did pull like the new Roland or the Belzar, mostly Roland. Roland has a really good S2. Belzar, you really just want to make sure you're blasting that S3 as much as you can. It's so important for that S3. This is a really good skill for if you got Roland. Very nice, especially if you got what's her name, Alice. This helps her out too, especially for dual wield. This is always going to benefit dual wield too. So very nice. For the extra skills, we have armor, silence, resist, anti-type shield, and archangel's blessing and fire shield. For the AER, it's actually pretty decent. I do like it. It's not bad. We have a divine soldier accessory or holy helm accessory, 6-star rarity. Get god type STR plus 7% and damage to non-boss types 10%. So kind of like a dog eat dog trait, along with some STR and you also get a god type. Which okay, pretty cool. Stats are not bad either. HP 200, STR 98, defense 32, 5 points to light, resistance, and silence resist. Not a bad AER, honestly. Really not bad at all, especially with a little nice little buff to SCR. Other than that, that pretty much covers your entire launch here. Goddess of Mercy, Lilaha appears. But overall, guys, I do know that this is, for pulling for her, is going to be more or less for a fan service. Very similar to the way Megius was last year. Those who pull from, I'm sure they just love Megius, and it's more of a fan service. I feel like this is the same thing this year as well. Majority of people have been waiting for this unit, and is she good or bad? I think she's good. I don't think she's broken in any way, so I don't think she's worth the pity. But if this is something you're looking for, pity is 75k. Just remember that, guys. Keep that in mind. If you want to do maybe the step up, first step up, don't do the expensive ones. The first step up along with a couple pulls, I can definitely see that. But going anything past a total of 4 to 5 pulls would be too much for me, and not worth. Only with that saying, because judging by the track record of Las Claudia over the past 6 years, usually a collab is right around the corner. Now, it's not guaranteed, of course, but I do have a strong hunch that it will be. Maybe something new, maybe something returning. We're always talking about what a collab is next in the Discord, with insights being very valuable again. And they just are a lot of fun these days. So hopefully maybe we could see like Kogis. I would love to see an insight for Lelouch or Suzaku, or really something new with the collab too. They want to help us out. They can insight Shaltir already. We can jump on that one already, so that we can get more damage cap on her. That's all she needs, guys. Shaltir's so busted. But overall, guys, I think she's probably worth some of your gems. Definitely fun. If you don't have a non-attribute unit yet, and you want one, this is the perfect time to get one. Like I said, they're rare, so if you want to throw some gems at her, definitely do it. Again, I do like her. Kit's very good. E6, there's some things that I didn't like too much, but overall, paid weapons should be pretty nifty too. Megas had 2. Hopefully she has 2 instead of a 50 cred, because that 50 cred is killer on a lot of people. Most people just want 1. So with that said, if this video helped you kind of make a decision, that's awesome. But that's all I have for you guys today. You guys have a safe night, and good luck tomorrow if you are pulling for her. I hope you guys get her on the first pull. If you have any questions, please drop in the comment below. I'll check you guys on the next one. Peace.